Nearly 40 years ago, I attended the very first Artios Award ceremony on October 30th, 1985. And no, I was not also in the First Continental Congress in 1774.
40 years ago, when there were a handful of people in a room saying, come on, let's do this, and we talked about unionization, and that was sort of scrubbed, let's just get it together. The fact that we now have acknowledgement, it was such a battle just to get initials after our names or to be referred to as casting directors.
You know, I have worked much of my life in service because I was taught at a very early age that if you have the tools to give service, then it is your responsibility.
But I went to Al and I said, we really have to do something. We need an organization. So we went to Mike and I said, if he walks in to be president, he'll do it. So, and that's what happened. Congratulations, you're the president of the new organization.
To me, the 40th anniversary means that pioneers like Reuben Cannon and Patty Hayes did all this hard work to pave the way for people like me and my peers to come and do the work as well and bring others and raise them up in the business too.
Oftentimes, we're in our own little cocoons of casting. We are, 11 at night over our computers or editing or doing whatever, like little hermits, the shoemaker and the elves doing things by ourselves overnight. But then you've got CSA where we all just, there's a mutual understanding.
Being part of creating a piece of art. It's not always a piece of art, but it can be close.
I love that when it started, it was specifically film casting directors, and now they recognize all casting directors: film, television, scripted, unscripted, and commercial casting directors.
Those things don't happen by themselves. They happen because casting directors are there and are working diligently and are working hard to make sure that their work becomes part of something greater.
And finally, through the work of the Casting Society, there's recognition and there's collaboration, there's coming together. There's a voice for casting that has been something that, for those of us who have been around for a while, we've struggled to have happen.
The 40th anniversary of the Casting Society means that we are middle-aged. We have had a growing pains, and now it's time to step into a new adult version of the Casting Society.
It is a thrilling profession, and the Casting Society has provided a place for connection, support, and shared passion. Thanks, Casting Society. Happy anniversary. I sent a card.
Casting Workbook presents the 37th Artios Awards. And now, here's our host, Danielle Pinnock.
Hi, everyone. I'm Amber Riley and Gabourey Sidibe, and also Nicole Byer. Just kidding. Y'all know I'm Alex Newell with a dash of Natasha Rothwell and a sprinkle of Retta. I'm Danielle Pinnock, and I am so thrilled to be here today. Y'all, this kind of feels like the biggest audition I'll ever have in my life. And you casting folks out there are probably the only group of people that can tell all of us actors apart. Because, child, the regular people in the world have not a clue who we are. Unless they've watched Ghosts, which I'm sure you've already watched it, because it's what you call a hit. And shout out to Elizabeth Barnes and Tanis Vallely for casting me in this incredible project on Zoom in the middle of a global pandemic. I'm your host for the 37th Annual Artios Awards, and I am so excited to be here. Guess what? I actually started my career at 19 in casting, and I'll tell you a little bit about that later. I'm so honored to be celebrating the often undervalued masterminds that put the puzzle pieces together to create such successful shows. Well, now that I've said all these nice things about you casting directors, and yes, I know you're all not the same, even though y'all do be saying the same stuff, like, ooh, can you move a little to the left? And hold on, watch that window, you're backlit. And my personal favorite, we need a full body slate. Now, y'all know I've been eating hot Cheetos for the last 2 years in the global pandemic. Y'all know what I look like. But listen, I hate to break it to you. The world's opening back up. So you're going to have to start seeing actors in person again. Sorry about it. And listen, you can't just be talking about us on mute anymore. unless you're saying nice things. And if you're saying nice things, turn the volume up. Ooh, and speaking of volume,
grew up in the French court, oui, bonjour. Life was a chore, so she set sail. Do not judge me. That is from Six the Musical, and it's very in right now. And by the way, Broadway can happen anywhere, technically, but mostly on Broadway. Anyways, I digress. Here to introduce the theater category is the great Allie Stroker.
Hi everyone, I'm Allie Stroker. I'm so happy to be here. It's been a hard year for the theater community, including casting directors. Please enjoy this video celebrating theater casting directors impacted by the shutdown.
Welcome to the August Wilson Theater for tonight's first preview of Passover.
I was honored, lucky, grateful enough to cast Passover with Daniel Swee and Camille Hickman, which was the first show back. So that was my first show back after all of this. And the first night, the first preview was electrifying. When Cody, our stage manager, went over the intercom and said, "Welcome to August Wilson Theater, this is Passover," the crowd erupted. The energy could cut glass, it could cut steel. Everybody wanted to be there. Everybody was excited to be there. And the audience gave everything to the actors, and the actors gave everything to the audience. And it's a memory I'll never forget, because that was the stamp of, we're back, theater is back.
There's so many firsts. I've had recently my first auditions in person, my first callbacks in person. Today, just now, right now, I'm in a studio here in Times Square, and I had my first chemistry read between two actors. So I feel like we're still coming out of this and having many firsts again and again. But I think the wonderful thing about it all is that we're still figuring it out.
The first show back that I saw post-pandemic was, of course, Hamilton. The atmosphere in the theater was, as you can imagine, supportive, electric, hopeful.
It took 6 years to get this on the first time. I'm so glad it didn't take 6 years to come back. Yeah.
6 was my first show back when we reopened. That was this beautiful full circle, because 6 is our show, and that is what we were preparing for the opening of on March 13th, 2020, which obviously didn't wind up happening.
The first show I saw when Broadway was coming back was The Lion King. There was so much love and so much support coming from the audience, and it was like, as soon as the show started, it was like a freaking rock concert, and it was just an amazing experience that I feel is a once-in-a-lifetime moment.
Kathy, when she turned up for work at 12 o'clock, could have played any of 8 roles. 8 roles. It happened to be the leading lady.
The swings, the understudies, they are the bedrock of Broadway.
Back in December, during our big Omicron spread, we ended up having to use one of our young Simbas to go on for young Nala. Both of our young Nalas were out, and one of our young Simbas volunteered to go on as young Nala. He said, "I can do it. I know the track," and on for it he went, and he did a fantastic job, saved the show that night, and everyone was very proud and very happy, and it was a big celebration.
So the thing that's been really interesting to me is the fact that understudies have always been the heroes. They are always the ones to, at any moment's notice, at any day, put on the cape and save the day, go on stage and do the thing. Of course, we saw that more than ever last year, where people were being called that hadn't done the show in 2 years and said, "Hey, do you still have it in you? Do you still have it in your muscles?" And they came and they did it and they killed it. But I think that is the magic of theater, the magic of the understudy.
I think what makes standbys and swings so valuable is their ability to be able to go on for all these different roles on a dime. We have a few of our principal standbys that can cover up to 4 different roles. So you could very likely be Burr at a matinee and then be Mulligan Madison at night.
They're asked the same thing that is asked of every actor, which is to make strong, bold, vivid choices and create something from the ground up, except they're being asked to do it like 6 times over. When we reopened, people were still getting sick, and swings were called upon in a way that they never had been before, and every single one of them that I know rose to the occasion.
It's such a feat. I'm in awe of people who are able to swing a show.
Swings have been, are, and will continue to be our essential workers. They're part and parcel of our core casts, and as we've seen, they're the ones that have saved us over and over again.
I'm really looking forward to the future. I'm looking forward to the change that this future will hopefully bring. I think we've had a long time to sit and reflect and to really analyze what it means to work in the theater, what it means to cast theater, what it means to write a play or a musical. And so I'm really looking forward to seeing what that reflection time brings and what we can do to change it for the good.
Hi, my name is Sharon Matthews, and I'm in Toronto, Canada. And my story is about Jay Bender, who is the owner and head of Jay Bender Casting. He just retired a couple years ago, but Bender Casting still remains. I did a show when I was 23 at Canadian Stage called The House of Martin Guerre. And he came up and saw it and liked it so much that he kept the program. And so when he started to cast stuff in New York, he said he would go back and he couldn't find someone or was having a challenging time. He would look through a bunch of programs, and ours was one of them. And he called me down to New York to audition for Beauty and the Beast, a show which I got. And when I went into the audition, he literally opened the door. I was so nervous. He said, "This is Sharon Matthews from Canada, and we're so lucky to have her today." And I just thought it was one of the coolest things. It set me up for a really good audition. He is a good egg.
In our industry, we know the show must go on. And who knew we'd be aided by a little computer program called Zoom? The nominees for virtual theater are
Michael Donovan, Richie Ferris, Art. J.C. Clemens, Duchess, Duchess, Duchess. Stephanie Clapper, Manic Monologues. Lindsay Brooks, Sweat. Stephanie Clapper, Tennessee Williams, The Night of the Iguana.
And the winner is Stephanie Clapper, Tennessee Williams, The Night of the Iguana.
Yay! Thank you to the Casting Society for this honor. It is especially meaningful in a time when the future of live theater has been so tenuous. This is tremendously meaningful. Thank you also to my fellow nominees. I would like to thank our producer, Jean Lichty and La Femme Theater Productions, and our director, Emily Mann, Lisa Dozier, and her LD Productions, along with our incomparable cast and their representatives for making this possible. Thank you to Tennessee Williams for your beautiful, beautiful play. I definitely felt your spirit during the casting of this project. And a heartfelt thank you to my associate, Lacey Davies, for all you do always, to my husband and children with whom I could not do the kinds of work I do, and for my parents, this is for you, Bob and Florence. Thank you, everybody. Bye.
I went viral during the pandemic for my Bridgerton Daphne's Diary series, and I still haven't been asked to audition. Why not? Y'all know I can speak British, right? Ooh, listen, I got a few words for you. Schedule, aubergine, baffle, colonize. Bridgerton was the first show to show me a black queen that wasn't Beyonce, and handing off from one queen to another.
So throughout my career, I have had so many casting directors fighting behind the scenes for me and actors like me so that I could have opportunity that may not have otherwise come my way. I thank you all from the bottom of my heart. I also thank you because at the moment I've been blessed with even more opportunity, so now I'm very unavailable. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And up next are the Television Awards.
Our next presenters play mother and daughter in the new freeform hit series, Single Drunk Female. We've seen her grow from a delinquent teenager to a hot mama icon, and our co-presenter made us cry in HBO's The Night Of and laugh in Fox's The Mick. Please welcome Ali Sheedy and Sophia Black-D'Elia.
Hey, I'm Sophia Black-D'Elia. This is Ali Sheedy, and if it weren't for our amazing casting directors, we never would have become mother and daughter. So,
or smother and daughter.
Yeah, but that's just on the TV show.
Right, 'cause you don't really feel that way about me in real life.
No.
No.
No. Anyway, the nominees for Best TV Comedy Series are
Victoria Thomas, Lee Jonte, Associate, A Black Lady Sketch Show. Constance de Montoy, Call My Agent. Nikki Valgo, Ken Miller, Tara Tracy, The Kaminsky Method. Melissa Delizia, Pin 15. Colin Daniel, Brett Greenstein, Danny Dennis, Associate, Shrill. Robert J. Ulrich, Eric Dawson, Carol Kritzer, Alex Newman, Sean Cossey, Location Casting, JJ Ogilvy, Location Casting, Zoe's Extraordinary Playlist.
And the Artios Award goes to
Constance de Montoy,
Call My Agent. Call My Agent.
Hi, CSA. Thank you so much for that prize. I'm really glad. I share it with my team, Lucille Llopis, Béatrice Coutreau, Marine Albert. It's a great honor for me and for the series. So thank you and bye-bye. Have a nice day.
Our next presenter is known for playing some very complicated characters in complicated situations. Here's hoping his next role has a little bit of comedic relief. Here to present the Artios Award for television drama, Chris Sullivan.
I would like to raise a point, all right? This Is Us has been losing to The Handmaid's Tale for years now, and we're in the same category of drama. Our show has divorce and anxiety and addiction issues. This is drama. You know, The Handmaid's Tale has totalitarian regimes and women losing their agency and control over their own bodies. That's just reality TV. The nominees for Artios television drama series are
Robert J. Ulrich, Eric Dawson, Carol Kritzer, Alex Newman, Sarah Kay, Location Casting, Ginny Lewis, Location Casting, The Boys. Sharon Bialy, Sherry Thomas, Russell Scott, Robin D. Cook, Location Casting, Stacia Kimler, Associate, Jonathan Oliveira, Associate, The Handmaid's Tale. Sarah Holly Fenn, The Mandalorian. Alexa L. Fogel, Elizabeth Barra, Associate, Pose. Bernard Chelsea, Tiffany Little Kenfield, Josh Einson, Ryan Bernard Tominski, Associate, This Is Us.
And the Artios goes to Pose, Alexa L. Fogel and Elizabeth Barra, Associate.
Hey guys, I guess if you're seeing this, it's a good day for Pose. I just wanted to say that I know for everybody who was in production when we were, which was the first half of the pandemic, it was incredibly difficult. And Pose was no exception. So I first want to shout out the most patient and compassionate line producer, Kip Myers, who really had our backs, as did Lindsay Kasabian at the network, just really cared about casting. And I have nothing but love and thanks for Stephen Cannells. You're the best. Ryan Murphy, because he's Ryan Murphy. This remarkable cast, who are wonderful people and my friends. Elizabeth Barra, who you all know and love. Mo Faramawi, who actually made the trenches of this really challenging time a place that you want to be. So thank you.
Back in 2015, Jason Kennedy sent an email to my reps, and I have kept that email for all these years. And it says, just want to let you know how well DeJuan Johnson did when reading for NCIS New Orleans. I realize most of the time actors and their reps don't get to hear these kinds of positive things, especially when the role goes to someone else. I didn't book it. Please pass along to DeJuan that I felt he gave such a touching and solid reading for the role. He was prepared and he truly owned it. He was my personal favorite and I remain a fan. I keep this because it reminds me that casting directors are rooting for us. And sometimes when we don't get the role, we think they didn't like us, or we think that, we must have done an awful job. But just to get this message and to keep it for so long, it really touches me. And whenever I'm feeling down in my career, I go back to this letter. Thank you, Jason. And I did book NCIS 31 times later.
Our next presenter is so funny, and I'm waiting for y'all to cast us in a buddy comedy. He is a fan favorite on the hugely popular Marvel Disney Plus series Loki. Please welcome the insanely talented Eugene Cordero.
Since over half of the shows in this category are reboots from my childhood, I can't help but think about the 90s, a more innocent time. Okay, maybe it was for me before I did a deep dive on Bill Clinton. Anyway, the nominees for Children Pilot Series are
Nicole Doro, Shayna Sherwood, Devin Brady, Associate, All That. Cheryl Levine, Tiffany Mack, Location Casting, Morgan Rudner, Associate, Are You Afraid of the Dark? Howard Meltzer, Morgan Rudner, Associate, Biz Urban, Associate, Bunked. Kim Taylor Coleman, Family Reunion. Alexis Frank Kozara, Christine Shevchenko, Jackie Lynn, Location Casting, Tiffany Mack, Location Casting, Gianna Butler, Associate, The Mighty Ducks Game Changers. Kim Taylor Coleman, Young Dylan. Brett Greenstein, Colin Daniel, Jeremy O'Keefe, Associate, Punky Brewster.
And the Artios Award goes to All That, Nicole Doro, Shayna Sherwood, and Devin Brady, Associate.
What an honor. We wanted to thank you guys so much for this wonderful accolade. We want to thank our Casting Society friends and colleagues for voting for us and for all the nominations over the past 6 years for Shayna and myself. Thank you to Nickelodeon, Brian Robbins, the ladies in casting, Liz, Julie, Ann, Danielle, Beth, Lindsay, Sam. Thank you for all your support and for being great partners in crime. Thank you to our producers for all that, Kevin and Heath and Keenan and Cal and Jermaine. Thank you guys for being such great, fun, amazing people to work with. We wanted to thank Devin, our associate, for always putting up with the insanity, for working late, and for the humor that he brings to everything when we do this crazy stuff. And lastly, we wanted to thank our families, my husband, Brian, and my daughter, Coco, and Shayna's husband, Chris, and her daughter, Callie, for all their love and support. You know, it's not easy. We work so long, and we appreciate that you guys are always there. We love you so much.
And Nicole pretty much covered everyone. And I just want to say a special thank you to Nicole Doro for joining me in this crazy adventure back in like 2014, 2015. The future looks bright, and I'm so happy to have you by my side.
I love you, Shayna, and I love you, Devin.
Love you.
I love you,
And
Shayna.
thank you everyone so much.
Like all introverts, the animation genre has shown these past 2 years. I wanted to give everyone an award for keeping half of Hollywood employed, but they wouldn't let me. So this year, the animated series nominees are
Julie Ashton, Big Mouth. Julie Ashton, Bob's Burgers. Julie Ashton, Central Park. Christine Terry, Jackie Salito, Family Guy. Christine Terry, Jackie Solito, Robot Jimmy.
And the Artios Award goes to Julie Ashton for Big Mouth. Yeah, I did that show.
Hi, everybody. I just want to say thank you so much for this award for Big Mouth. I love working on this show so much. Thank you first and foremost to my CSA members, my fellow friends, and to Laura and everybody. Thank you mostly to Mark Levin, Jennifer Flackett, Nick Kroll, and Andrew Goldberg. I love you guys so much. Thank you for creating this show. Thank you to everybody at Netflix, Elizabeth, Alex. I love you guys so much. I'm so grateful for you. Thank you to Titmouse. Thank you to Leanne Cornell, my manager. Thanks to the most amazing associates on the planet, James, Joey, Adam, Heather, Michael, and Michelle. And last but not least, thank you to Greg and Judah Barson. I love you all.
This next presenter probably needs no introduction, especially if you're into RuPaul's Drag Race. And child, who isn't? To present the Artios Award for Reality TV Series, please welcome the fierce DJ Shangela Pierce.
Well, hello and hallelujah. I'm DJ Pierce, also known as the international drag sensation. Well, the humble sensation, Shangela. Thank you so much. And I am here to present the award for the category that you all pretend not to watch, but the ratings don't lie, baby. The cast members, a lot of them lie, but the ratings, they don't lie. All of them. And the reality series nominees are
Aaron Tomasello, Jazzy Collins, Associate. Shannon McCarty, Associate. The Circle. Samantha Hanks, Ron Mayer, Heather Allen, Shannon McCarty, Anna Sturgeon, Nailed It. Danielle Gervais, Pamela Valarelli, Ali Capriati Grant, Queer Eye. Samantha Hanks, Ron Mayer, Heather Allen, Top Chef. Katie Wallen, Wipeout.
Ooh, this is gonna be good. Okay, and the Artios Award goes to Danielle Gervais, Pamela Valarelli, and Ali Capriati Grant for Queer Eye. Congratulations.
This is such a surprise. We are so excited, and we want to thank the Casting Society for this award. We want to thank our entire casting team as well.
Thank you so much to our partners at Netflix for their continued support, and to Scout Productions for trusting us with the incredible series they created.
To our brilliant Fab Five, our showrunner Jen Lane, and our everyday heroes who let us into their lives.
Lastly, we want to thank our fellow nominees and our families for all of their support. Everybody have a great night. Thank you.
Thank you.
So one of my first auditions ever on television was with Mark Sachs for CBS. And he is one of my favorites because when I went in there, I read with him. He looked down, he looked back up, and he goes, okay, so when you come back, just make sure you do that again. Just more bitchy and own it. And then gave me a piece of paper, and I didn't even know that I had gotten a call back. So come back, do the audition. Rest is history. And so now every time I see him, we always look at each other, and he always says, who gave you your first job on TV? And I'm like, was it you, Mark? Thanks, Mark.
This next presenter is a rising star. We most recently saw her in HBO's The White Lotus. We also saw her in Apple's Little Voice, but we got to hear her big voice in Lee Daniels' Star. Please welcome Brittany O'Grady.
I'm here to present the award for a category that needs no introduction because we don't have time for an introduction. The nominees for short form series are
Carrie Barden, Paul Schnee, Lana Vinker, Location Casting, Aaron Goodman, Location Casting, Roya Semnanian, Associate, Rachel Goldman, Associate, Renielle Gray, Associate, The Birch, Megan Sleeper, Emily's Wonder Lab, Ivy Eisenberg, Natasha Vincent, Coco Kleppinger, Associate, Love, Death, and Robots. Jill Anthony Thomas, Anthony J. Krause, Associate, Mapleworth Murders. Mary Vernew, Raylan Sabo, Stacy Rice, Associate, Wireless.
And the Artios Award goes to Jill Anthony Thomas, Anthony J. Krause Associate for Mapleworth Murders.
We are so honored to be recognized by our peers for this award. It was a joy to cast this world of hilarious characters that Paula Pell and John Lutz created.
We'd like to acknowledge our associate, Heather Fox, for her hard work on this project.
We'd also like to thank Andrew Singer, Hillary Marks, Jason Carden, Seth Meyers, Mike Shoemaker, and the rest of the teams at Broadway Video and Seth Maker Shoemeyer's Productions.
We would also like to thank Beth Klein and our friends at Universal. You are great partners in the casting process.
And finally, oh my gosh, we loved working with Quibi, and we can't wait to do more projects with them.
Jill.
Oh, right.
Our next presenter's presence was powerful in Aquaman, but now he's a man of few words in Disney Plus's Boba Fett. Please welcome Tamora Morrison.
Good evening, and kia ora to all our viewers around the world. It's great to be with you tonight, presenting the award in the pilot of first season drama. Now, Boba Fett is a character I have been honored to play on screen, and as you know, he's a man of few words, and so was the script they sent me for this year's Artios. And so, this year's nominees are
Kelly Valentine Hendry, Bridgerton. Alyssa Weisberg, John Bucket, Location Casting. Jason Knight, Location Casting. Jamie Ember, Associate. Morgan Johnston, Associate. Ginny and Georgia. Kim Taylor Coleman, Megan Lewis, Location Casting. Mickey Pascal, Location Casting. Jennifer Rupnick, Location Casting. Rebecca Carfagna, Associate. AJ Links, Associate. Lovecraft Country. Sherry Thomas, Sharon Bialy, Stacia Kimler, Associate. Harry Mason. Billy Hopkins, Ashley Ingram, Kim Taylor Coleman, Tara Feldstein Bennett, Location Casting. Chase Paris, Location Casting. Michael D'Amato, Associate. P-Valley. Lauren Gray, Libby Goldstein, Junie Laurie Johnson, Megan Lewis, Location Casting. Your honor.
And the winner is Kim Taylor Coleman, Megan Lewis, Mickey Pascal, Jennifer Rudnick, Rebecca Carfagna, AJ Links, Lovecraft Country. Congratulations and have a great evening.
This is so exciting. Oh, I'm just so excited. First of all, I want to thank the Casting Society and congratulations on your 40th anniversary. I'm honored to be a part of this group of nominees. The casting crew of the show works so hard each and every day. And I want to especially thank Misha Green for bringing her vision to life. It was a great show and one that I am very, very proud of. I also like to thank Anna McCarthy, who's my right hand. I'd like to thank Megan Lewis and our Chicago casting team. I just want to say, God bless us all for still being here and doing what we love. I'm humbled and thankful every day that my phone is ringing, and I want everyone to be safe, healthy, and happy. And lastly, I want to thank my husband and my family for letting me walk around the house with my phone on speaker every day. So thank you all.
We've all been lassoed by our next presenter's performance as Sam in Apple's Ted Lasso. Here to present the Artios Award for pilot and first season comedy, Toheeb Jimmo.
Hello and good evening to everyone watching around the world tonight. Thank you so much for having me. This is really cool. I just wanted to say that on Ted Lasso, I have the honor of working with a bunch of brilliant actors, wonderful, diverse, talented ensemble, and none of our talents would get to be showcased if it wasn't for you guys and the work that you do. So thank you very much. Tonight, I have the honor of presenting the award for pilot and first season comedy. And the nominees are
John Papsadira, Kim Misha, Beth Bowling, Michael Rios, Associate, The Flight Attendant. Cindy Tolan, Ann Davison, Nicholas Petrovich, Associate, Girls 5 Eva. Jean McCarthy, Nicole Avalera Hallman, Anna Mayworth, Associate, Hacks. Josh Einson, Tiffany Little Canfield, Conrad Wolf, Associate, Love Victor. Theo Park, Alyssa Rogers, Associate, Ted Lasso.
And the Artios Award goes to Theo Park and Alyssa Rogers for Ted Lasso.
Thank you, CSA and all of our peers for voting for us. It's a total thrill and we really enjoyed working on the project. And I also have to thank Billy Harris, who plays Colin, for getting me that t-shirt.
Yes, just following up. Thank you, CSA artists and all you lovely peers. And thank you, Theo, for bringing me on to help you cast Ted Lasso, season 1.
Yo, what's up, Casting Society? My name is Ollie Sholaton. I'm currently playing Carlton Banks on Peacock's new hit TV series, Bel Air. I just wanted to hop on here today and give a shout out to 2 women that are very, very important to my life and my career. Kim Williams and Vicky Thomas. Auntie Kim, Kimmy Kim. You know this, but now I got to share it with the rest of the world, right? So Kim actually cast me in my first ever professional job as an actor. I was a cute little kid in college. I just moved to the city. And then a few years later, she cast me in my first union job. And, you know, that changed my life. And here I am today. And Vicky Thomas, girl, I don't know how, but you somehow found the funniest, most attractive, most talented people, and you put them all on a show. And now here we all are, and we are so thankful and so grateful to you. And that's just kind of something I wanted to touch on. Like, casting directors are the unsung heroes of our industry. You all change lives on a daily basis. Our whole industry just wouldn't function without you. And, you know, on behalf of every actor that has ever, you know, graced the walls of your office or the screens of your Zooms, I want to say thank you, because none of the magic that we do would be possible without y'all. So, yeah, I promised I would keep this short and sweet. So have a good one. Peace.
Our next presenter has shown her dynamic range from the arena of Shakespeare to the competitive world of chess. Here to present the Artios Award for Limited Series is my girl, Moses Ingram.
I'm here to present the award for a category we're all pissed off at. Fargo, I May Destroy You, Mayor of Easttown, The Queen's Gambit, and WandaVision. Why are these rare gems limited series? Stop limiting yourselves. Your audience needs you to continue on forever. And the nominees for limited series are
Rachel Tenner, Mickey Pascal, Location Casting. Jennifer Rudnick, Location Casting. Barbara Giordani, Location Casting. Francesco Vedovati, Location Casting. AJ Links, Location Casting. Rick Messina, Associate, Fargo. Julie Harkin, I May Destroy You. Avi Kaufman, Diane Heron, Location Casting. Jason Loftus, Location Casting. Harrison Nesbitt, Associate, Mayor of Easttown. Ellen Lewis, Kate Sprance, Olivia Scott Webb, Tina Jerussi, Location Casting, The Queen's Gambit. Sarah Holly Finn, Jason B. Stanley, Tara Fieldstein Bennett, Location Casting. Chase Harris, Location Casting. Jinus Rowling, Associate, WandaVision.
And the Artios Award goes to The Queen's Gambit. Wow, what a joy it was to play Beth Harmon. No, thank you so much.
Thank you, Casting Society. It definitely takes a village to cast a show, and this is affirmation of that. We would like to thank all our casting team, Nicola Chisholm, Erin Keating, Annalena Slater, Stephanie Mayle, Tatiana Muchnik in Germany, and Tina Jerussi in Canada. We'd also like to thank our incredible producers, Bill Hallberg and Marcus Lodgers, and all the production team that worked tirelessly on this brilliant production. We would like to thank Netflix and our cast for making us shine. And finally, to the one and only Scott Frank, our Grand Master, for making it a joy from start to finish.
This next dynamic duo collaborated on a beautiful portrayal of Billie Holiday in The United States versus Billie Holiday. Please welcome its star, Andra Day, and its producer and director, Lee Daniels.
Hey guys, Andrew and I are here to announce the award for Best Film.
Non-theatrical release.
What's non-theatrical release?
Streamers.
Okay.
Netflix.
Okay. It's a new world. Did I tell you I used to be a casting director?
No, I just knew about management.
Yes, I was a casting director. This is before Kim, a black woman, was the head of CSA. Long before there was even a CSA.
Paved the way.
What you think?
I think you paved the way.
Hey, my sister better win too. You know, she's nominated for 2.
Twice. I think she will win. This isn't the Oscars yet.
What did you just say? This isn't the Oscars? Oh, we in trouble.
And the nominees are...
Leah Daniels Butler, George Pierre, location casting, Coming to America. Leslie Feldman, Oslo. Jill Anthony Thomas, Kathleen Chopin, Anthony J. Krause, Associate, Caroline Palmer Allegrante, Associate, Plan B. Carrie Barden, Paul Schnee, Roya Semnanian, Associate, Rachel Goldman, Associate, Sylvie's Love. Leah Daniels Butler, Billy Hopkins, Ashley Ingram, Kevin Scott, Andrew Kenyon, location casting, Randy Wells, location casting, The United States versus Billie Holiday.
And the Artios Award goes to The United States versus Billie Holiday, Leah Daniels Butler, Billy Hopkins, Ashley Ingram, Kevin Scott, Andrea Kenyon, location casting, and Randy Wells, location casting. Congratulations, y'all.
Oh my God, Koo, you finally won something, girl.
We love you, Leah.
Wow, this is so amazing. Oh my God, you guys can't believe we won. This is crazy. Thank you so much to the voting members, to the Casting Society. Thank you so much for voting for us. It was stiff competition, and we want to thank all of the other nominees as well. We want to thank our producers and our director, Lee Daniels, who is my brother. Thank you, Lenny. And thank you, Pamela Williams and Hillary Shore and the lovely actors. And yeah, and my colleagues, all of them, you know, in these little boxes, Billy, Ashley, Kevin, you guys, we did it. This is awesome. Thank you, guys.
Thank you, everyone. Thanks.
Thanks.
This past year, we lost some trailblazing titans in our community, and now we remember their lives and their legacies.
The 40th anniversary of the Casting Society means to me that we've been doing this a really long time at a hugely professional level and are more and more recognized in the industry.
When I joined the Casting Society, I felt very privileged and honored and felt that I had really become an official member of our community.
Every little role is a big piece of a larger picture, and each time we get one of those actors set, it's part of a whole, and seeing it all come together is like magic.
What I love most is that there's always new stories to tell, and new talent to find, and that somewhere out there is a brilliant actor just waiting to be found.
It's been an amazing ride, and the one thing I learned is that
commercials can be as artful and beautiful and inspirational and just as hard work as doing a play. I didn't know that, but I've figured that out recently.
What I love mostly is working with the actors. I know that sounds short, and it is, but it encompasses a lot of what I find rewarding in our job.
What I love most about casting is imagining that script as a final piece and filling it with my favourite actors.
I feel like being a casting director, your job is to see people for more than who they think they are.
I love the collaboration and the artistry of it all. I think it's the coolest thing to bring words on a page to life. And it really takes input from so many talented people to make that a reality.
It all starts with the word on the page and the writer who gives us the script.
Storytelling that will inspire us, that inspires me.
We get to find people to tell our stories, and there's nothing more exciting than that.
When you cast someone on a project and their lives change completely.
I am helping affect change when it comes to showcasing diverse talent on screen.
Casting matters. It's how we imagine the world. It's how the world imagines itself.
This 40th anniversary means that the Casting Society's mission remains strong. I'm proud to uphold its values and grateful for the success that being part of such a unique and stellar organization brings.
We stand on the shoulders of the incredible casting directors who went before, and we want to continue to make the industry aware of the highly skilled professionals who make up the membership.
I'm Elizabeth Barra.
I'm Candida Cornejo.
I'm Dave Bennett.
My name is David Capra.
My name is Stephanie Clapper.
I'm Dakeem Lyle.
I'm Christina Erdley.
My name is Victor Vasquez.
I'm Jessica Dan.
I am Tess Joseph.
I'm Caroline
I'm
Lee.
Kim Williams.
And we are Casting Society. As casting directors, we have a special skill to look inside a person and see who has a story just bursting to come out. For 40 years, Casting Society has worked tirelessly to champion these storytellers, these artists. The giants who came before us laid a foundation so strong. I know we have the strength to reach toward new dreams. I'm a casting director and I am a woman of color. I know the fundamental role casting plays in showing the world what is possible. That the limits of our storytelling are not bound by color or gender, but by our imaginations. We create opportunities for underrepresented people to be seen and heard, when most of the world has told them that they do not have a voice worth listening to. There has been a global call for all of us to be visible in ways we haven't been before, and this shift presents all of us with an incredible opportunity to more accurately reflect the richly colorful, deeply complex, stunning world we wake up to every day. And as we continue to ferociously create space for one another and to listen to one another, we are creating a beautiful, daring, global community, and I'm thrilled to be a part of it.
And as a result of this global expansion, in 2022, Casting Society of America became Casting Society. Tonight, we have casting directors and artists from all over the world participating in our 37th Artios Awards, and I want to thank each and every one of you for your contribution in making this night so incredibly special. I'm ecstatic that we've been able to bring everyone together for one night where we can celebrate each other, knowing that we are a part of something truly magical. As Maya Angelou once said, I note the obvious differences in the human family. Some of us are serious, some thrive on comedy. Some declare their lives are lived as true profundity, and others claim they really live the real reality. The variety of our skin tones can confuse, bemuse, delight, brown and pink and beige and purple, tan and blue and white. I've sailed upon the 7 seas and stopped in every land. I've seen the wonders of the world, not yet one common man. I know 10,000 women called Jane and Mary Jane, but I've not seen any two who really were the same. Mirror twins are different, although their features jibe, and lovers think quite different thoughts while lying side by side. We love and lose in China. We weep on England's moors, and laugh and moan in Guinea, and thrive on Spanish shores. We seek success in Finland, are born and die in Maine. In many ways we differ, In major, we're the same. I note the obvious differences between each sort and type, but we are more alike, my friends, than we are unalike. We are more alike, my friends, than we are unalike. We are more alike, my friends, than we are unalike. I am Kim Williams.
I'm Caroline Lee.
And we are Casting Society.
Oh, brava, brava, father, son, and Kim Williams, everybody. And here in the house of Pinnock, to introduce for a third time, triple threat, Ariana DeBose.
Wow, hefty. But this is the portion of the evening I've been waiting all night for, the Film Awards.
Sometimes when I'm up late on a Saturday night, I turn on the TV and watch the comedic genius that is our next presenter. Here to present the Artios Award for Studio/Indie Comedy is Aristotle Athari.
I love your dog smell. Only your smell. Other dogs, they stink. Can I get a water, please? Can you take the top off for me, please? Thank you so much. Let me put that on the ground. It's for my dog. Thank you. Comedy. A movie so hard to find these days that we only have 4 nominees this year. Maybe if I was in Belfast, just me in it, we might have had 5 nominees. Just throwing that out there. The nominees for Studio/Indie Comedy are
Studio or Independent Comedy. Pam Dixon, Andrea Kenyon, Randy Wells, Bestsellers. Rachel Tinner, Bess Pfeiffer, Location Casting. Carolyn Pickman, Location Casting. Rick Messina, Associate, The Tender Bar. Meg Mormon, Sunday Bowling, This Game's Called Murder. Kim Taylor Coleman, Zola.
And the Artios goes to... Oh, it's a tie. Zola, Kim Taylor Coleman, and The Tender Bar. Rachel Tenner, Bess Pfeiffer, Location Casting. Carolyn Pickman, Location Casting. And Rick Messina, Associate. Congratulations.
I'm so humbled and so excited. Zola, let's go. Come on. When they came to me with the project, I was so happy that I would be a part of this. Thank you, A24. Thank you, CSA. Thank you, Janixa. Your vision was amazing. To the entire cast and crew. Taylor Page, come on, you did your thing. Riley, you did it. Coleman, Nicholas, and all the other cast and crew. You know, from the day players on up. I am so proud to be a part of this project. And you know, it's like, I'm glad it's getting all the accolades that it's getting in, you know, from my heart. Love everyone. And my staff, my entire casting staff, you know, we work really hard and really tirelessly, and we just love the project. To my local casting and regional casting, love everyone.
Thank you so very much for this award. It really means a lot to all of us. So officially, though, on behalf of Rick Messina and Danny Gordon and myself, and Bess Pfeiffer and Aaron Schoonover in New York, and Carolyn Pickman, Matt Boldry, and Kyle Cran in Boston, we just wanted to all collectively say thank you again. We also want to thank Lisa Soltow and Donna Rosenstein at Amazon for their continued support, and of course, George Clooney and Grant Teslov. I also just wanted to give a big shout out to CSA and all its members for all the amazing work that everyone does, not only this year, but of course, every year. We all know how challenging this job is and how often its contribution can be overlooked. So we really appreciate our fellow casting directors for their never-ending artistry, and for the CSA, who are always trying to bring the recognition to it. So thank you very much, and have a good rest of the night.
Our next presenter is an Oscar nominee, SAG Award winner, BAFTA Award winner, Critics' Choice Award winner, and Golden Globe nominee for his role of Frank Rossi in Deborah Aquila, Trisha Wood, Lisa Zagoria, Angela Perry, Lisa Lovell, and Melissa Morris's Artios nominated coda, Troy Kotzer.
Studio or independent drama. Lucy Bevan, Emily Brockman, Carla Strong, location casting, Belfast. Deborah Aquila, Trisha Wood, Lisa Zagoria, Angela Perry, location casting, Lisa Lobel, location casting, Melissa Morris, associate, coda. Colleen Crawford, The Lost Daughter. Laura Rosenthal, Kimberly Ostroy, passing. Anna Maria Sambuco, The Hand of God.
Thank you for this incredible honor. Thank you, CSA. Thank you, Sean Hayter. Look what you did. Patrick Waxberger, thank you for getting this made. What a journey. Vendome, thank you. And to our incredible cast, we love you so much.
So much. Amelia, Marley, Troy, Daniel, Eugenio, Ferdia, Amy, you guys killed it. Thank you, thank you. And we also want to thank our incredible associate, Megan Schumann, who we could not have done this without.
Yep.
Yes, thank you, thank you, thank you again and again. Thank you to our ASL masters for all their help.
Yes.
We love all actors so much. And we want to thank Aquila Wood for taking us on this project. We want to thank our director, Sean Hayter, and thank you to the CSA. Have a good night, everyone.
Who knew that some of our most beloved animated characters were voiced by none other than Rosie Diaz from Brooklyn Nine-Nine? Please welcome the voice of Mirabelle from Disney's Encanto, Stephanie Beatriz.
I don't know how casting directors do their jobs, if not by magical candle. But seriously, it does seem like everyone has magic here except for me. It just feels familiar. And the nominees for animation are...
Animation. Jamie Sparrow Roberts, Grace C. Kim, associate, Encanto. Kevin Rear, Natalie Lyon, Kate Henson Birnbaum, associate, Luca. Tamra Hunter, The Mitchells vs. the Machines. Jamie Sparrow Roberts, Grace C. Kim, associate, Raya and the Last Dragon. Tamra Hunter, Vivo.
And the Artios Award goes to Jamie Sparrow Roberts and Grace C. Kim, associate, for Encanto. Congratulations to Jamie and the team.
We are super thrilled to be accepting the award for Encanto. This project was an amazing opportunity for us. We feel super lucky to be working for a studio that is consistently bringing magic to everybody's homes, and also, the opportunity to be working on films that are consistently putting inclusivity and diversity first. And this project is no different than any other in that capacity, working with a wonderful group of people, the studio leadership led by Clark Spencer and Jen Lee, and the wonderful directors on this project, Byron Howard and Jared Bush, and our producers, also Clark Spencer and Yvette Marino, and the wonderful cast that made this incredible project, the project that it is infecting the internet everywhere and people's homes. And I can't believe I walk around the street and I hear people talking about Bruno, which is also awesome. I am just grateful to the writers for writing these amazing characters that were so much fun to cast as well. Thank you to the CSA for putting together this wonderful award show again. And unfortunately, we're not all together in person, but thank you to all of the voters. And I'm, by the way, Jamie Roberts, and this is Grace Kim, and we're thrilled to be here.
And we'd also like to thank our support staff on this project, James Burnham and Mallory Horncastle. We'd like to thank the agents that we worked with who were our thought partners throughout this whole process, and we couldn't have made any of the deals without them. We'd like to thank the other nominees, in particular Pixar, who is our sister studio, and we are so fortunate to be able to collaborate with them. Yay!
From his star-making roles in Stand and Deliver and La Bamba to his recent comedy film Easter Sunday, please welcome icon Lou Diamond Phillips.
The people who are responsible for these shorts are future Oscar-winning filmmakers and casting directors, and we'll keep saying it until it's done. And the nominees are
Short film. Jessica Monks, Michael Morlani, Growing Fangs. Lana Vinker, Aaron Goodman, Renelle Gray, Associate. In France, Michelle is a man's name. Jennifer Presser, Josiah. Amanda Lanker Doyle, Chrissy Fiorelli Ellington, Please Hold. Freya Krasnow, See You Soon. Marin Hope, Stagiaire.
And the Artios goes to Growing Fangs, Jessica Monks and Michael Morlani. Congratulations.
Amazing. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you, CSA. We want to thank everyone at Disney and Launchpad. Thank you, Sean Bailey, Vanessa Morrison, our amazing director, writer, Anne-Marie Pace. I have had the opportunity to have an amazing group of mentors, casting mentors throughout the years. I wish I could thank you all individually, but thank you for everything that you taught me. Randy Hiller, thank you for being an amazing friend and mentor. Jess?
I mean, thank you, Michael, so much, and Randy Hiller for thinking of me for this. It was such a great experience. I'm so excited our journey together continues. You know, the list of people that have helped me throughout the years is just too extensive to name them all, but Anya Koloff, Michael Nicolo, and Yessi Ramirez, thank you for everything. I love you guys.
Thank you, CSA.
Thank you.
I'm happy to introduce Sharon Lieblein and Tara Rubin to present this year's Associate Spotlight Awards.
It is my great honor to present the Associate Spotlight Award to Kimberly Ehrlich. Kimberly and I have worked on many projects together throughout the past several years, and I can definitely say that she is invaluable. Also, I'm okay sharing, so if you need a great associate and she's available, you should definitely reach out. And aside from Kimberly's dedication to any project she works on, she's equally as dedicated to giving back to our community and future generations of casting directors. She created video tutorials of everything an assistant and associate needs to know about their jobs to share with the CSA mentees and trainees within the education department. Anyone that's watched them will say that she has literally covered everything. She is a giver and is always open to helping anyone. We are lucky to have her as a member of the CSA community, and I'm just overall lucky to have her in my life.
I am so honored to be receiving the Associate Spotlight Award. Thank you to the CSA for this recognition. And to the awesome Sharon Lieblein, not only for this, but also for writing one of my letters of recommendation to become a member of the CSA. You're amazing. I'm so grateful to you, and I love you too. My other letter of recommendation was written by the incomparable Mary Jo Slater. You were the first casting director to hire me and have been my ardent supporter, who I've had the privilege to work for off and on ever since. Thank you to Kim Misha and Judy Leslie of Sinclair Management. I literally wouldn't be here without both your mentorship and support ever since I was an intern in New York. I wish I could be naming and thanking every casting director and associate and assistant that I've worked with since I was an intern. To all of you, it was a privilege to have gotten to work under you and work with you and learn from every single one of you on my casting career journey. Thank you to my incredible family, my friends, and the Teamsters Local 399. Lastly, I'm proud to have gotten to help others who are passionate about casting make their uncharted road to casting assistant less arduous than it was for me. And I look forward to continuing to contribute to training our next generation.
I'm very happy to be presenting Xavier Rubiano with the 2022 Spotlight Award. Xavier joined our team in 2016, and we got to know a few things about him right away. He shared our collective love of the theater. He learned very quickly, and he wasn't a morning person. But despite our weekly 8:30 a.m. staff meeting, he stayed with us, and we're all the richer for it. Xavier loves actors and has been especially great working with young early career artists on shows like Dear Evan Hansen and The Outsiders. And he took great pride in conducting a workshop with the students at the Frank Sinatra School of the Arts, his alma mater. You may not know that Xavier is a former dancer, but when you see the company of Bob Fosse's Dancin' that he put together this past fall, you'll see that background shine through the performances of every member of the cast. Xavier is also our resident tech expert. And when I'm overwhelmed by Airtables and Google Docs, he doesn't openly judge my questions. Now that we've been working remotely, we depend on technology so much to keep us informed and in sync with each other. And Xavier has really been the glue that's kept us all together in that respect. These past 2 years have been painful and devastating to all of us in the theater. But Xavier has emerged from it as a true leader in the casting community. He's shown up in every way, training and education for the next generation, appearing on panels. He's a great role model to anyone who aspires to a career in theater casting. And so, dear Xavier, from all of us, congratulations.
Thank you so much to the Artios Awards and the casting community for this honor. I am extremely humbled to be recognized today. I would like to thank Tara Rubin, my fellow coworkers, and all the past casting directors, associates, and assistants I've had the privilege to work with over these last 11 years. I wouldn't be where I am without each and every one of you. Fostering the next generation of casting professionals is an extremely important part of my work, and so I also thank all the students I've met over these last few years. Finally, I would like to thank my friends and family, especially my mother. Gracias por todo el amor y los sacrificios que han hecho para que yo pueda perseguir mis sueños.
The 40th anniversary of the Casting Society is something that I think is very special. It goes to show that we've been around for a minute, so people should listen to us, but we're also new, and we're scrappy and we're changing and evolving, and we're going to be here for the long haul.
I am constantly inspired by all the people that I work with, and the out-of-the-box thinkers, and the people that are taking risks and not doing things the way that they've always been done. That to me is art, and that is what keeps me ignited and inspired.
We have to adapt as casting directors, and there's been this very long overdue push for diversity, and the CSA is up there in the forefront of this.
I'm inspired at what we as a community can do in representation on the screen that really makes such a difference to America, to everybody who's watching.
We're all floating on our own raft or in our own bubbles, and it's hard to get that community feeling and support. and CSA, in just the 2 years that I have been there, has really shown me support.
There are so many perspectives and stories that people are hungry to tell and ready to tell, and people want to hear, but they just haven't been given the spotlight yet.
The students that I've worked with in the training and education program and in other programs really encourages me to continue the work of being a voice for marginalized communities.
I'm a millennial, so I'm almost as old as CSA, and I think that's important to note because to me, the changes that I've had to adjust to and the major things that have happened in my lifetime have also been things that have impacted CSA.
We get to be a part of it in every aspect of it, assistant, associate, coordinator. There's so many jobs out there. Not that I have had any, but like the last couple of years I have worked on it, and I really embrace the fact that my mentor, like Mike Page, he made it possible for us to know more about the ways that different casting directors work.
Everyone works together to make this really cool product, and it's just something that's so unique and brings such joy to the world that it makes me happy to come to work every day.
I'm fairly new, but my aim is to just bring more to the table, connect the UK with the USA. Being in London, but I'm American, so I would like to bring those two worlds together more.
And I also love to get to know and discover new actors, whether that be via showcases, stage performances, or new TV shows that I get to watch.
You know, we get to look back, but we also get to look forward. And I'm excited that moving forward, envisioning that future, the next 40 years, the next 60 years, that we are as diverse as this country. I'm excited about that future.
Up next is the Zeitgeist Award. And I noticed there wasn't any Black female superheroes nominated. I'm here to introduce you to one. My name is Black Magic, and I'm Black Lightning's second cousin, and Black Panther's too. Not too late to recast your votes. Here's a man who's in the zeitgeist not only for his brilliant work as Logan Roy in Succession, but also for his powerful acknowledgement of the invaluable contributions of casting directors to the creative process. Brian Cox.
If this is the Zeitgeist Award, why isn't Succession nominated? Oh, no, of course, this category is for casting directors. Oh, yeah, so don't tell Kendall. The superheroes in the Zeitgeist category are not comic characters, they are indeed casting directors. And the nominees are...
The Zeitgeist Award. Carmen Cuba, Simone Barr, Location Casting, Charlie Medgovich, Associate, The Matrix Resurrections. Deborah Aquila, Trisha Wood, Megan Lewis, Location Casting, Rebecca Carfagna, Associate, The Tomorrow War. Lucy Bevan, Nina Henninger, Location Casting, Emily Brockman, Associate, Sarah Kleiben, Associate, Venom, Let There Be Carnage. Sarah Holly Finn, Chase Paris, Location Casting, Tara Fieldstein Bennett, Location Casting, Molly Doyle, Associate, Spider-Man, No Way Home.
And the Artios Award goes to Sarah Haley Finn, Chase Paris, Location Casting, Tara Feldstein Bennett, Location Casting, Molly Doyle, Associate, for Spider-Man, No Way Home. Congratulations to all of you.
Thank you to the Casting Society. This is an incredible honor. I'm very excited to receive the Zeitgeist Award for Spider-Man No Way Home. This has been a long, wonderful labor of love and project to work on. I'm so proud of the cast and everyone involved, and everyone worked so hard as a team to bring this together. So it's so exciting to see the reception that it's gotten. Congratulations to my fellow nominees tonight in this category and across the board. Everyone's done spectacular work in difficult conditions. Thank you to Joan Watts for having me along. Thank you, Kevin Feige and Amy Pascal, for trusting in me. Thank you to all my producers, Louis, Victoria, Joanne, Rachel, thank you, Sony and Marvel, and my amazing associate, Molly Doyle, and assistant, Sage Ross. This was a lot of work and an incredibly thrilling project to do, to be a part of. I also want to take a minute and acknowledge the other casting directors whose work is represented in this film: Francine Maisler, Lynn Kressel, Diane Crittenden, Kathy Driscoll, Kathleen Chopin, and John Papsadera. Thank you, all of you, for the work that you did that also enhanced the enjoyment and the beauty of this film. Thank you to my family, Mike, Aiden, Connor, Kieran. Love you guys, and have a great night.
Can I share a secret with you? I'm a fan of our next presenter's work in Magic Mike and became an even bigger fan after Magic Mike XXL. Ooh, and now I can watch him all the time on the HBO series Finding Magic Mike. And yo, I'm looking, where's Mike at? To present the Artios Award for low budget film and micro budget film, please welcome Adam Rodriguez.
You know, it's in films like these where casting directors really shine, discovering new talent so that Hollywood can exploit them. I mean, cast them. Yeah. And the nominees are
Low budget comedy or drama: Miracel Roncalli, Chelsea Ellis Block, Matthew Morgan, location casting, Blue Bayou. Ellen Chenoweth, Suzanne Schill, associate, The Humans. Matthew LaSalle, Nicole Hilliard Ford, The Novice. Richard Hicks, Leslie Wasserman, Together Together. Orly Sidowitz, Stacy Pianco, Violet. Amanda Linker Doyle, Chrissy Fiorelli Ellington, We Broke Up.
And the Artios Award goes to The Humans, Ellen Chenoweth and Suzanne Schill, associate. Congratulations.
Wow. Thank you so much to our Casting Society friends. We were privileged to work with Stephen Karam on the adaptation of his beautiful Broadway play, The Humans. So we want to thank Stephen and A24 and our producers, of course.
And also a big thank you to CSA, the board of directors, Laura, Katrina, the rest of the Artios committee for making sure we could still all celebrate tonight. And to our lovely casting colleagues, we continue to be so inspired by the beautiful work you've all done this past year and during these difficult times. And we just can't wait to be back in person together, hopefully very soon. Thank you all so much.
Yep, next year in person. Night, everyone.
Really? We don't have the funds for a joke in the budget, but the nominees for Best Micro Budget Film are
Micro budget, comedy or drama: Meg Mormon, Sunday Bowling, Dramarama. Stephanie Holbrook, The Outside Story. Kate Geller, Shiva Baby. Destiny Lilly, The Subject. Eve Battaglia, Lena Todd, Angela Boehm, location casting, Swan Song.
And the Artios Award goes to Shiva Baby, Kate Geller. Congratulations.
This is such an honor, Casting Society. Thank you. I also want to thank a few others. First and foremost, the amazingly talented Emma Seligman for trusting me with your baby, pun intended, and for being such an open, collaborative director with such a clear vision. The incredible Lizzie Shapiro for bringing me this funny, anxiety-inducing script and introducing me to Katie Schiller and Kieran Altman. It's been an amazing experience to continue to work with this entire team. I also want to thank Utopia for seeing how great this film is and making sure it got the distribution it deserved. Lastly, I'd like to thank David O'Hara for just jumping right in and killing it as an assistant, and my husband, Chris, and my parents for being so incredibly supportive. Thank you again.
I started attending open calls for this casting director when I was 18 years old in New York, but I never actually got to audition for him, so he was like a myth to me. Over 10 years later, I'm in LA, the auditions for In the Heights are happening, and I go, he opens the door, and I am face to face with Bernie Telsey, and I was so starstruck in that moment. And I was also so nervous and shaking, and it was the most high stakes moments of my life, and he made me feel loved and like I deserved to be in that room. And having a casting director who you feel is your biggest cheerleader and actually wants you to book the job is incredible for an actor, because it's life or death for us every time, and he just has the most generous and loving energy. And so I'm so grateful that I got to experience auditioning for him, and he changed my life. Thank you, Bernie Telsey, for being you.
What do me and our next presenter have in common? Well, he was named one of the New York Times top 25 actors of the decade. And well, that's enough about me. He can be seen in the 2 Netflix smash hits, Don't Look Up and The Unforgivable. Please welcome Rob Morgan.
Hi, I'm Rob Morgan. I am here to present the Film Award for Big Budget Comedy. Now, what do all these films have in common? They are all affected by climate change. Only Don't Look Up makes climate change rather funny. Well, kind of funny. And the nominees are
Big Budget Comedy. Mary Vernew, Lucy Bevan, Brett Howe, Associate, Emily Brockman, Associate, Olivia Grant, Associate, Cruella. Francine Maisler, Kathleen Driscoll-Moeller, Additional Casting, Carolyn Pickman, Location Casting, Matt Beaudry, Location Casting, Kyle Cran, Location Casting, Molly Rose, Associate, Don't Look Up. Douglas Abel, Matthew Glasner, Associate, The French Dispatch. Bernard Telsey, Tiffany Little Canville, Christian Carbonaire, Associate, In the Heights. Sarah Holly Finn, Amanda Mitchell, Location Casting, Po Ping Ayung, Location Casting, Molly Doyle, Associate, Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings.
And the Artios Award goes to Francine Maisler, Kathy Driscoll-Moeller, Additional Casting, Carolyn Pickman, Location Casting, Matt Beaudry, Location Casting, Kyle Cran, Location Casting, Molly Rose, Associate, for Don't Look Up.
Thank you to the CSA and to the casting community for this award.
We felt so lucky to be part of this important film and want to thank our fearless leader, Adam McKay, the producers, and Netflix.
It takes so many people to make a movie happen, so we share this award with the office that you see here, as well as Carolyn Pickman in Boston.
And so from the bottom of our hearts, we
thank you.
And congratulations to Francine Maisler and her team. Wonderful job. Years and years of proving that putting your heart and soul in casting projects with characters to bring the script to life is an amazing job, and we appreciate you. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
What was I doing when I was 5 years old? Child, I was putting chicken nuggets in the VCR. But our next presenter, when she was 5, she was studying acting and dedicated herself to the craft. And all of that studying has been personified in her work. Hidden Figures, Fences, and the Artios-nominated film King Richard. Here to present the Artios Award for Big Budget Drama, please welcome Sanaya Sidney.
Hi, I'm Sanaya Sidney. Last year, I was Venus Williams and my dad was Will Smith. Before that, he was Denzel Washington when I was Raynell and Viola Davis was my stepmother. But now, she's Michelle Obama and I'm her biological child. And this confusing biography is all thanks to you, the casting directors who allow us actors to inhabit such incredible roles. Thank you.
Big Budget Drama. Kate Rhodes James, House of Gucci. Rich D'Elia, A.B. Kaufman, Adam Richards, Associate, Scotty Anderson, Associate, King Richard. Nikki Barrett, Carmen Cuba, Nina Gold, Martin Ware, Associate, The Power of the Dog. Bernard Telsey, Christian Carpenter, Tick Tick Boom. Cindy Tolan, Nicholas Petrovich, Associate, West Side Story.
The Artios Award goes to West Side Story! Congratulations, Cindy Tolan and Nicholas Petrovich.
Thank you so much. We are honored to accept this award. Working on West Side Story was truly the experience of a lifetime, something we will never forget.
We'd like to thank Steven Spielberg for his astonishing singular vision and unwavering support, Tony Kushner for always believing in us, Christy McCoskey-Krieger, who guided us every step of the way. Christy, we are not lying when we say we could not have done this without you. Brittany Lindman, Clay Lerner, Emma Malls, there were no words. Justin Peck, Patricia Delgado, Craig Salstein, and Janine Tesori. We would travel the world with you anytime.
To all the local casting directors, without you, there would be no film. We are endlessly grateful.
And to the
incredible cast, we
will love you all
forever.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Cindy, my queen, congratulations.
Cindy, congratulations on the Artios Award. What we went through on West Side Story is unparalleled in my career, spending an entire year casting one film. The only other time I spent a year casting a film was actually Schindler's List. But this was a harder film to cast because everyone, to even be considered for a role, had to be able to sing, had to be able to dance, had to be able to brilliantly act, and for all the sharks, we were only considering Latinos and Latinas for consideration. That was very important to myself and to the entire production. And I was amazed at the fact that you fielded 32,000 self-tapes that all came pouring into your office from all over the world, and you had to collate that, and you had to pick the people you would then show me. So you had to be impressed before I was impressed. And I trust that. I trust you implicitly that you're going to let no one go that I shouldn't have seen, and you're only going to bring the best of the best to me. And you did. And here's the irony. Even though it was a year casting, the first day you decided to send me the first tranche of self-tapes. In that tranche of 20 tapes that I saw that first day, and the second person I watched was 17-year-old Rachel Zegler, a high school girl from New Jersey who had only done on stage in school West Side Story and then Shrek. And I was knocked out by her. And I could not believe that on the first day you found somebody that brilliant to possibly play Maria. And then we just kept looking. And we looked and looked and looked, and we didn't find anyone as good as Rachel, anyone as good as Ariana DeBose, anyone as good as Mike Feist, anyone as good as Ansel Elgort, anyone as good as David Alvarez, on and on and on, and certainly no one as good as the incomparable Rita Moreno. You put all this together for me. I will never forget you for that. We've just finished our second movie together, The Fabelmans, which is equally amazing. But I just have to thank you and congratulate you, Cindy. You so deserve this.
Congratulations, Cindy Tolan, on your win for West Side Story. Now, as I mentioned earlier, at 19, I started my career in casting, and it was with none other than Cindy Tolan. And she dropped so many gems when I was an intern there. 1, always be on time. 2, know your lines. And 3, don't do this in a headshot. Cindy Tolan, I am so grateful for all of the gems that you dropped and for everything that I learned that I've carried with me in this industry. All of those pearls of wisdom changed my career as an actor for the better, and I thank you so much. Congratulations to all the winners tonight and to the whole casting community. You've been such a blessing to each and every person that presented here tonight. Thank you for your relentless hard work, your foresight, and for championing us all. People may call actors stars, but if that's the case, You're the galaxy that embraces us and lets us shine. Thank you. Have a good night.
And that was the 37th Artios Awards, presented by Casting Workbook. From all of us to all of you around the world, thank you.
Behind the scenes, you've been running things, cardio. Casting directors, the ones picking players like Mario. Let's raise our glasses at the party and toast. We got Danielle Pinnick as a wonderful host. She has a smile, shining like the sun when it glows. It's like, whoa, do it for the love and it shows the world knows. This art form magic. Actors trying to catch a big break till they end up in a cast. But thank you for the memories in our collective mind. If there's anything I've learned, it's that good things are hard to find. Every now and then, things simply coincide. And in walks a missing puzzle piece personified. It's what we call the magic moment. It happens as if a screenplay writer wrote it. Cause all the world's a stage, we all have a part to play like Laurence Olivier. That's showbiz, baby.